Hey, this is Chris, which you probably already know, especially if you've been listening to the show for some time now. But the real question you may be asking is, why am I releasing an episode on a Sunday? Well, that's a great question, first of all. And you remember back when I was like, I want to do something special for episode 100, and I'm going to ask you all to call in, and, I want you to answer a question for me. I'm going to put them all together, and I'm going to make the special episode 100 for everyone. And it may be a little delayed, maybe a couple weeks late, but don't worry, we can always go back and, fill in that episode 100 gap that was sitting there. Well, I released episode 116 last week, so I'm a little behind on that, to say the least. We've gone a little bit past episode 100, but that doesn't mean we still can't celebrate episode 100. I mean, it still exists. It still happened. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play that for you now. I have episode 100 edited, ready to go for you, hot out the microwave for all of you. But it feels kind of weird to go from episode 116 to episode 100. And I don't know, it just looks weird, sounds weird, feels weird, all that stuff. Probably because I procrastinated and it took me too long to put this episode together. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have to go back in time a little bit. We're going to have to rewind back about 16 episodes to put this show where it belongs. So let me tap something in here real quick, put this in, and let's jump back 16 episodes and put this episode where it belongs.
We have a 2018 Lagoon 42.
Most people who stay with us are particularly interested in tiny living.
I had been looking at motorhomes for a couple years.
Today's tip is all about tracking not only your income, but also your expenses.
But then there are these moments where you're like, crap, now I'm homeless and vanless. Like, what do I do? So
I am on a crusade, a campaign, whatever you want to call it, to change the language we use about retirement.
Yeah, rope him in, man. That's how you do it.
The beer gets him in, and then the money's going to keep him there. So
that's right. Yeah, so we're get him in for the beer, and then he stays for the popcorn.
Exchange traded fund means, like a mutual fund, it has a bunch of different securities in it.
She asked, how many bank accounts do you have?
I love eating gummy worms while watching YouTube videos in the bathtub, but nobody's going to pay me for that.
No.
Saving money for unexpected circumstances.
Because I'm going to forget, and I'm probably going to forget for a very long time. So for me, automation is key. Retire early. Now that is really like a self-explanatory.
I'm melting like Olaf. That is what's happening.
The thing about jobs is that they're fun until they're not.
All right, that was episode 99. We've gone back a little bit too far. Let me just jump back up one episode. Hi, welcome to Credit Week. Join me as we discuss the history, myths, and components of the credit score. No, this is way too far. This is episode 1. I don't want to listen to this. So I'm going to assume that you don't want to listen to this either. So let me jump back up and put this back where it should be. All right, much better. Let's jump into episode 100. Hey, this is Chris. Hope you're doing well, and welcome to episode 100 of Popcorn Finance. This has been the show where I've been discussing finance and about the time it takes to make a bag of popcorn for quite a while now. So I appreciate all of you coming back and joining me for the 100th episode. In honor of episode 100, I asked all of you listening to answer this question for me. What would you do if someone just randomly walked up to you, gave you $100 and said, spend this on something? Can't be responsible, can't be bills or putting in your savings account, none of that stuff. You have to buy something that you're going to enjoy. You have to spend all of it. So given those circumstances, what would you spend that money on? And you guys came through. You sent me some really great answers.
Hey there, Chris. I love the Popcorn Finance podcast. Thanks for doing what you're doing. This is Greg here. And if I had $100 just randomly given to me by somebody and I had to spend it in a minute, I'd be like, what are you doing, dude? But if I had to spend it, I would spend it on dinner and a movie probably with my wife, because I love going out to eat and I love catching a good movie at the movie theater. $100, that would be a delicious dinner. And maybe we could go see a 3D movie because, you know, we got to upsell that stuff. Thanks for doing what you do.
Hi, this is Lee Olin from Net Worth Chronicles on Instagram. If I had 1 minute to spend $100, I would just go on a grocery shopping spree for my son and I. We love to get in the kitchen and bake amazing pies and cookies and cupcakes that we can not only share with ourselves, but we can share with our family and friends. Thanks.
See, if I had 1 minute to spend $100, this is Matt Baggerly, and I believe that I would spend mine on a really awesome tea time at a really cool golf course.
If I had a random $100, I would buy mini loaves of bread and a tub of butter, and I would sit in the corner and close my eyes and enjoy a Toastapalooza.
I don't know where to begin on that last call there. A Toast-a-Palooza. I can't say that that's what I would do with $100, but I'm really happy, LaTanya, that you can enjoy yourself and you're able to find something that you're passionate about to spend your $100 on. And that passion apparently is toast. Okay, the next message I have here is from a listener who didn't call in, but he sent me an email. This is from Jordan. And Jordan says, I would buy a Nintendo GameCube with Super Mario Sunshine if someone gave me $100 to spend. And that takes me back, Jordan. I have a friend, Logan, one of my best friends, and he was all about the GameCube back in the day. I remember it had a little handle on it, and he would walk around the neighborhood to my house, and we would hook it up to the TV, and we would play Super Smash Brothers, all kinds of stuff on that. He's more of a Mario guy. That wasn't really for me, but that's a good use of that money. That's pretty good right there. I like that one. I'll tell my friend Logan about that one. All right, and I saved these last two calls here for the very end because, what do they say? Great minds think alike. And these two listeners had the same idea for what they would do with their random $100 that someone on the street would give to them.
With the $100, I would spend that money on getting a massage. I just came back from a 12-hour flight and my body really hurts, so that's what I really want right now. So yeah, I would spend it on some body self-care.
So if I had $100 and I had 1 minute to spend it, I would literally put it towards a spa day. Like facial, massage, everything, just full on spa day. Because I'm sitting here like rubbing my neck. I'm thinking about how bad my back hurts and how I just need a spa day.
Okay, so I guess it's my turn to answer this question now. And so if someone were to just give me $100 randomly on the street and I had to pick something right on the spot to spend it on, then I think I would do a really nice steak dinner because that's something that I normally wouldn't spend a lot of money on. It's kind of hard for me to bring myself to spend $100 on a meal. But if this is just free money someone's giving me, I would definitely do that. I would buy a ribeye and I would enjoy every bite of it. And I would buy the most expensive one I could get, up to $100. And that's how I would spend my $100. So thank you to all of you who called in and participated in this special 100th episode. Thanks to Greg, Leolin, Matt, LaTanya, Jordan, Claudia, and Aja. I really appreciate you all taking some time out to call and be a part of the show. Now we have reached the end of episode 100. It is bittersweet. It took me a long time to finally put this episode together, but I'm really happy that it is done and I was able to share this with all of you and also have some of you participate in the episode. I think the next big episode I'm planning is for the 2-year anniversary of Popcorn Finance, which is going to be on June 29th, because that is when the very first episode aired back in 2017. So I'll think of something special to do for that. And just because I'm releasing this episode on a Sunday doesn't mean I'm skipping Monday's episode. There will be an episode on Monday and I'll be joined by Rich Jones, half of the Paychecks and Balances team. And Rich is going to be talking to us about his journey of getting out of debt. And his story is a little bit different than a lot that you hear out there, or at least a lot that I've heard, because Rich didn't go the super frugal route. He didn't go down to rice and beans only. What he did was focus on his earnings, on his income. And he worked really hard to raise his income each and every year until he got to a point where he was able to tackle his debt and also put himself in a much stronger position financially. And I really love this take on the debt payoff story because it's not one that I've heard too often. So I really hope that you'll enjoy it and then you'll come back here on Monday and catch that episode. So as always, I appreciate you joining me here for 100 plus episodes now at this point. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day or evening or couple of hours, because I'll be talking to you soon on Monday.
Your boy keep it poppin' like Mary Poppins.